It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Today is Monday, March 16th. Can you believe we're already halfway through the month? Whoa, whoa, mama. It's flying. It's all flying so fast. Before we know it, we're going to be in spring break and then we're going to be in summer break. And then I'm going to be complaining to you guys that my kids are home every day. So get ready for it. Welcome to all the new dosers, everyone that has joined the party. We are going to talk about a bunch of different things today. Of course, we have to touch on Savannah in this article about how livid she is at Ashley Banfield and others, plus some plans for the upcoming Today Show return, which you know is going to happen. And then we're going to talk about this Bethany and Nurse Jamie face cutting situation that I touched on Friday about Bethany cutting her face. It's continuing, and I have some thoughts about it. Then we're going to just jump into a little bit of Oscars talk. And I will say, hi, my name is Donna, and I did not watch 1 second of the Oscars last night. Not 1 second of the red carpet or the Oscars. I think it's the first time in maybe 10, 15 years. I don't even know. That's how little I cared for it this year. We're going to get into all of that and more. Make sure to hit the subscribe and like for an hour of fun Monday through Friday. It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. I see a lot of you guys agree about the Oscars that you didn't watch it. So I truly, and we'll touch on some of the headlines about the Oscars. I promise you, hand to whoever you pray to up there. I did not see one of the Oscar best contenders. Not one. Not a one. I don't think that's ever happened. I feel like I have always seen just in the last few years, just 1, 2. But come on, gone are the days. Gone are the heydays of celebrity and A-listers and Oscar movies being huge blockbusters. Most of the movies that were nominated, I think, were kind of, of course you had a big hit here and there, but most of them were just kind of almost like indies that I didn't even know what the movies were. And the people that go to these Oscars, for the most part, I don't care for anymore. I care more about certain people that I saw on red carpets, like the stars of Heated Rivalry and Love Story. But that's why I love the Golden Globes and the Emmys, because I love me a TV show. I'm just not into the movies. I'm not into the movies. And I think a lot of you guys agree that it's lost the appeal. The Oscars have not felt like the Oscars, the Julia Roberts, Kevin Costner Oscars. I miss those days, like the Tom Hanks and just the big stars, Jack Nicholson. Anyway, we're going to talk about all that later. I'll keep you guys. We'll end on some of those stories about what people were wearing and weird things that happened and behind the scenes stuff. And then a scathing article that Maureen Callahan wrote about Timothée Chalamet. Oh, yeah. And lots of articles talking about how everyone is heavily, heavily underweight. Heavily underweight. Did you get that little pun? And you know me, I'm not against a GLP-1. In fact, one of my sponsors is Hers Health, which is my GLP-1. So I'm not against a GLP-1. I microdose a GLP-1. And I was actually with girlfriends last night. Yes, I did get together with friends at a friend's house. We had wine and French fries and food and all the fun things. The kids were there, everyone. But the baseball game was on, the World Baseball Classic. That was on. I think it was USA versus Dominican Republic. Enrique, I hope you're okay about that, because I thought we won. But I was talking to all the girls about the GLP-1 situation. Everyone is on it here in LA. Everyone. It's an interesting time. Interesting time to be alive. We will talk about some more. Okay, we'll get in there. Let's start with our opening story about Savannah Guthrie and how she's livid, livid, according to this article. She is livid at Ashley Banfield mostly, but potentially more people. And this came straight from the New York Post. You can look at, now it's opening on the California Post. But I had a feeling something like this was going to come. Savannah Guthrie, they're saying, is livid over false accusations against Tommaso, her brother-in-law, in the missing mom case. According to someone who I really am not into anymore, is Megyn Kelly. Sorry, just saying that out loud. But Megyn Kelly said this, and apparently Megyn Kelly has some insider information because she used to be on NBC. She used to be, I think she was on the Today Show, right? So she has that little like NBC Savannah Guthrie relationship. But it's so interesting because I do remember people like her was talking about, like she was talking about how she feels so sad for Savannah at the very beginning. Like, oh my God, I just feel so sad for her. It's like, I know this. She's such a great person. And then she turned on her, right? Because that's what Megyn Kelly does, in my opinion. She goes wherever the wind blows. I don't think she has a very strong position on a lot of things. She acts like she has a really strong position, but I don't think she does. And so she then quickly turned on Savannah, her friend, her quote unquote friend, and then started judging the crap out of the fact that she went back to the Today Show and was looking out into the windows where the paparazzi could film her. And when, she could see everyone and they could all see her, and it was more of like a show for everyone. And we can all feel that. But if you're a friend of Megyn Kelly's, maybe don't say that out loud. Like the one person that has really, really stayed solid and true to Savannah Guthrie as a friend. Obviously, everyone on the Today Show, they're not saying one negative thing, but Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace is one person that really, truly has not turned in any way on Savannah, on her family, not questioned everything. So Megyn Kelly apparently knows that Savannah is livid over these early claims that Tommaso was a prime suspect. She said that she learned Savannah was left fuming after Ashley Banfield had alleged that Savannah's brother-in-law, Tommaso, was somehow tied to the February 1st kidnapping. She said that there's reports that Savannah may actually sue Banfield over the false allegation, especially since Pima County Sheriff's Department publicly cleared the family of having any involvement. She said, I've not been able to confirm that the Guthrie family wants to sue, but I've confirmed that Savannah is livid about that report and definitely does not suspect her or her brother-in-law. Okay. She continued and said, can you blame her? I mean, of course, she loves her sister. I'm sure she loves her brother-in-law. I'm sure she genuinely doesn't want to believe that they have anything to do with it. Annie and Tommaso obviously were the last people to see Nancy alive the night that she got abducted, according to what we're assuming. And that's when Ashley came online and talked about the fact that it was potentially that she actually didn't say Tommaso was a suspect. She goes, he's maybe one of the prime suspects. And I truly feel in my heart the fact that this is a news article. Okay. If Savannah was dropping this in the press and she wanted people to know that she was livid, that would feel a little bit more intentional, that Savannah's trying to really double down on the fact that brother-in-law doesn't have anything to do with it. I still don't think that the brother-in-law is cleared, like officially cleared. Now, he may get away from ever being called back in or, anything, but I don't think the sheriff clearing him actually really does anything for him. I actually don't believe that means anything, to be honest. You have never seen in your life a case this bizarre. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I don't know how this story ends. I just don't. And no one really gets it and no one really understands it, which is why I think we're still talking about it 40 some days later, because it's truly an almost unbelievable case that a woman gets picked up in the middle of the night and just gets taken and poof, vanished, and no one has any indication of who it is. No one has come forth since the $1 million reward was being offered by the Guthrie family. No one is being targeted as a suspect. No one. So I hate this story, this framing that Savannah's livid at Ashley Banfield, because what she should be livid at is the sheriff. She should be livid at everyone that is not finding her mama. I don't understand. This is misuse of your frustration and anger. Like, this is a misdirection of anger. If you're spending your time livid at Ashley Banfield, a woman whose job is to cover cases like this. She's always got the victims in mind. She's not clickbaity at all. She's not like that. I don't get that feeling at all from Ashley. I think that Ashley has a very good sense of, compassion and empathy. And I do feel actually that she seems to have a heart for what Savannah is going through. And it's really interesting that you would say that if that you would say that the anger is how dare you bring up someone that we were all kind of thinking anyway. Because let's be real, you always think the family. You think two things, right? You think family, you think closest of, you think the last people seeing her. Tommaso, right? Ding, 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 ding. So Ashley didn't have to say anything for us to still have a brain. If Savannah went as far as to publicly shame Ashley or anyone else, if she went as far as to, oh my gosh, God forbid, sue Ashley Banfield over this, then I would honestly lose all faith that Savannah is operating, I should say, in good faith to find her mother. Because the only single focus right now should be in finding mom. And Ashley's helping to find mom by talking about it on a daily basis, by making it a very public case. If not for the Brian Entons and the Ashley Banfields, and I mean, I'll throw in Zach Peters and me and people like us, no one's talking about the case anymore. So what are you going to do? You're literally going to, you know, you're going to get mad at someone that's like helping expose hopefully anything that would help you find your mom? Weird. Again, very weird. Now, I keep seeing this question coming in from Joe. Hi, Mods. I know you're busy, but does anyone know Donna's lip color today? I'm going to tell you something. Dry. And I freaking hate it. I actually am about to put a little lip oil because I hate having dry lips. Nothing on my lips. These are just my natural lippies. Okay. Yeah, I think that it's Savannah, if anything, should thank the people out there that are talking about it and keeping the story alive. All the ex content creators and all the TikTok content creators, rather than just judging them so fast. It's giving distraction, right? It's giving look there so you don't look here. I am sorry. The fact that they have apparently they gave back Annie and Tommaso's car finally. Apparently. We don't have confirmation. But you're going to say 37, 40 days, whatever, you're going to take their car and then it's going to go straight into repairs? I find that suspect. Okay? If your car is going straight into repairs right after, that's weird. I just finished reading our book for book club for Donna's group chat on Patreon. I loved it, by the way. Our book this month is so good. But I just finished listening, and there's a whole thing about that. It's weird when someone goes after someone gets hit by a car. It's weird to go and get your car fixed the next day. Why? We're not dumb. We're all private investigators, just like that one Instagram woman that I found the other day, and she said, "I'm a find outologist." If you want me to figure something, if you want to find something out, you come to me. So it feels a little bit like a little strange. The whole thing just feels odd, right? Obviously. And meanwhile, Savannah's just quiet. I think at this point, Savannah is probably assuming mom's gone, like for good. I think it would be smart to just assume that mom's gone. The updates are few and far between. Of course, we had Brian Enton, who said that let me see what Brian Enton's most recent update was. So a couple days that was that the FBI obtained more video from Nancy Guthrie's home. Okay, great, cool. Like, I still don't understand how this connects to the fact that maybe there was like a signal jammer that night. Like, I just feel like they're throwing spaghetti at this point. And then also here, this is his most recent update.
Hey guys, so something new and interesting with the Nancy Guthrie case, something that I didn't know about before. I actually spoke to a neighbor who I haven't spoken to before, and she was telling me that when FBI agents have visited her several times to ask about the case, whether she knew anything, that they've been interested in two specific dates. January 11th, which is something that I've reported before, that I've heard from other neighbors, but also January 24th, which is the Saturday before Nancy Guthrie went missing, 8 days before she went missing. This neighbor was telling me that FBI agents were specifically asking her for video from January 24th and also stayed with her while she went through her cameras looking at video from January 24th. They did not say exactly what they were looking for, but she said it was clear that it was January 24th and January 11th that they were interested in. So just a new date that I hadn't heard about before. I'm actually back in Florida now. I left Arizona over the weekend.
That's
to
a
kind of
bad
come home,
sign.
take care of some stuff, recharge a little bit, but I'm still working the case like crazy. I'm going to have my full interview with her later so you guys can see it. Tell me again, what are the best way, like you said, blood is the best, like what are the best forms of DNA?
So this is a good question. So we focus on body fluids that are very rich in DNA. So blood.
I mean, poor Brian Enton, you guys. He's praying that this case gets solved because he's worked so hard on it. He's so invested, my sweet Brian. But thank God he went back home. And I feel like there's no need to be just sitting in front of Nancy Guthrie's house at this point. I feel like Savannah wrapped it up by coming with the family and seeing the little makeshift memorial there. Nothing's happening. It's really kind of out there. Now, interestingly enough, on X, I did see, more and more neighbors are coming out. Hold on. More and more neighbors are coming out with clips of people coming to their front doors. And it's very, very weird what's happening in that Tucson area. So here is a neighbor of Annie and Tommaso's who reported this just last night. This is from Nerdy Addict on X. It's 9 seconds long only, and I don't even know if there's volume. It's a driveway in the middle of the night. It's 1:59 a.m. and some random guy comes running through the driveway. Like, what is happening? This is also the man shapeshifts. It's the weirdest video ever. I just rewatched it. Like, he comes in all white and then runs away in all black. That was weird. So there's a lot going on over there. I didn't know that Tucson area, Pima County, is this filled with crime, this kind of crime. Here is another video. Here's another video that says Brian Enton reports that neighbors say police have identified January 24th as a date of interest. And it says earlier, this footage drew little attention as the individual appears to be African American. However, with the masks that we see criminals using, it may be worth reviewing again. This is from January 24th at 4 a.m., this video. Let me play it again from the beginning. a man in a backpack, different kind of angles. You can see for sure more. Literally just walks straight up to the front window. He is African American, which I'm pretty sure that they were able to deduce that the other guy in Nancy Guthrie's was not. But like, what the hell? This would freak the living crap out of me if I woke up in the morning, looked at my Ring notifications, and saw a man peering into my window at 3 a.m. Like, I would literally, I don't know what I would do. Really scary. Because my dog, I don't know if my dog would even know because my dog sleeps in a bedroom. It's super creepy, right? Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys a theory that one of my dosers shared with me on Friday night. We had our happy hour Zoom on Patreon. And she's from Tucson. So I have some thoughts. I'm going to share it with you guys in just a moment. Before I do, I want to remind you guys this week we're brought to you by Hers Health. Just like I talked about a few minutes ago about Hers, reaching your weight loss goals doesn't have to completely mean changing the way you live your life. What if you could make healthy progress with a treatment plan that included medication, access to 24/7 support, nutrition tips, and tools for tracking movement, hydration, and sleep, all personalized to go at your pace? That's weight loss by Hers. Through Hers, you're connected with a medical provider who determines if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment plan is personalized to support you in reaching your goals. Hers goes beyond medication by offering access to ongoing care, dosage and medication adjustments as needed, lifestyle and nutrition tips, and access to 24/7 support. Turn to Hers for comprehensive personalized healthcare you can count on. From weight loss support to growing thicker hair, easing anxiety to navigating menopause symptoms, even accessing convenient lab testing, Hers has you covered. Feel like your best self again. Visit forhers.com/daily dose to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's FORHERS.com/daily dose. Forhers.com/daily dose. Weight loss by Hers is not available everywhere. Prescription required. See website for full details, important safety information, and restrictions. Okay, so on Friday night, we had a conversation with my dosers about Nancy, about theories. We talked about a bunch of things. And in it, one of the women, I'll keep her anonymous just in case she doesn't want to be out. She said that she feels she's from Tucson. She doesn't live there anymore, but she's from Tucson. So she knows someone, I can't remember who, but maybe a friend's husband is in the Phoenix Police Department, which is obviously close enough, right? And the going theory that they are all discussing is that Tommaso and or Annie wanted Nancy to move out of her home because we can deduce why, we can assume why, we can theorize forever, speculate, right? Either they are frustrated about the fact that she lives there all alone and they're worried about her. Maybe they wanted her to sell the house so they could make some more money. Maybe they felt like she was spending so much money. Who knows, right? They wanted her out of that house. So the theory is that they sent a man, they basically hired someone to go to the front door, that first video that you see of a guy without a backpack. And you go to the front door just so that Nancy wakes up the next morning or sees it that night, looks at her Ring footage and is like, oh my gosh, this is scary. A man came to my front door in the middle of the night, just like I said with those guys that are casing out the windows, right? That would scare the living crap out of me. Enough for me to either A, say, I don't want to live alone anymore, or B, move in with me or let me move in with you, whatever. So that they brought someone there to scare her away so that it kind of, maybe she was very independent and she said, I don't need to move. I'm fine here. I'm totally happy in this home. Maybe she was one of those really stubborn women who, sometimes as women, men, everyone gets older. Sometimes they don't want to take help, right? So isn't that an interesting theory that they sent someone there to scare her? And then the second guy whether it was the same guy or not that came with the backpack, came to actually take her because now they realized this woman lives alone. Like, I'm going to go and take advantage of it. I would never do it myself to my family, but come on. We've seen enough true crime shows to know that people do wild things when they're desperate. Wild things when they're desperate. So I don't know. Yeah, Beth is bringing up also something very, very interesting. Why don't we know anything about Nancy? We literally don't know shit about this woman. Apparently, she was a God-fearing woman who liked mahjong. That's the most we know about her. We don't even know what she eats. We don't know if she likes to take daily walks. We don't know. I mean, we know she likes her garden. You know? Very odd. I don't want to keep bringing up books, but I'm listening to another book that this is reminding me of, like about a missing person. Oh, you guys, so many good books. Get into it later. Now, some other people are saying in the comments that, well, Kiss Me Kate says, we're trying hard to get my mom out of her house. Never thought of this. Probably would literally give my mom a heart attack. Yeah, I mean, I would never do it, but I also wouldn't murder my own family members. And a lot of people do that. Like, I'm not saying this in this case, but in just life, we've seen the craziest things. We've seen moms do it to their own kids. Like, people are odd out there. So you never know. You never know. Now, another article did pop up about the future, NBC's plan for Savannah Guthrie as she returns to the Today Show. It says, inside NBC's painstaking plan to welcome Savannah Guthrie back to the Today Show as Hoda Kotb's future hangs in the balance. So NBC is quietly preparing for Savannah's return to Today, with producers already discussing how her first morning back will unfold, including a symbolic moment outside on the plaza. But as those plans take shape, another question is quietly circulating around the network. Will Hoda be part of the broadcast that day? Hoda stepped in during Savannah's absence and kept the show steady through the crisis of the disappearance. But with Savannah now back in the Big Apple, where she was seen visiting coworkers, etc., we don't know what Copy will do. According to insiders, there's been talk of releasing yellow balloons from the square. Please tell me that's not going to happen. Releasing yellow balloons from the square outside One Rockefeller Plaza as a gesture of support to honor Nancy and celebrate Savannah. Come the F on. Great. Let's pollute the planet with balloons. They want the moment to feel hopeful. Something simple that viewers on the plaza and at home will instantly understand. They said that despite the lack of progress in the case, NBC insiders say they intend to create a hopeful moment with the yellow balloons, while also being supportive of Guthrie, who has released multiple tearful videos begging for her mom's return. Now, Copy has remained supportive of everyone throughout the entire ordeal, and she has made no secret of the fact that she wants to stay on at the breakfast TV juggernaut, despite quitting the show last year to spend time with her two adopted daughters. You guys, what's up with that? Can someone explain to me why Hoda Kotb quit just to want to come back? There's got to be a story there, a bigger story, don't you guys think? It's weird. Does she have like buyer's remorse or whatever when you make a decision and then you decide that you want to kind of, stop? I think that, sorry, I'm getting caught up in some drama on in the comments, you guys. Everyone be nice. Let's calm down. Let's be kind to the mods. Okay. So don't you think it's weird that Hoda went home, was like, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. And then like 3 months later was like, I don't want to do that anymore. Is it because she's getting like the prime hour and not the fourth hour? Very odd. Very interesting. Now, listen, I've always liked Hoda. I have no issue with Hoda. I just think it's an interesting story. At the end of this article, they're basically saying, you think the morning show is bad? That's nothing. These people will steal your chair while you're still sitting in it. Hoda is absolutely ready to step back in full time. She never really left the building mentally. From the hair and the makeup people to the producers, you can't trust anyone. They all talk. But right now it says Guthrie's focus is still largely on her family, although we haven't seen a lot. But she's praying for answers, and she feels her mother's home has become a circus. And she says that house feels like the scene of a crime, not a family home. The idea of tearing it down has come up simply because the memories there are becoming unbearable. That's what I think you should do. I think they should tear it down if mom doesn't come home. It's weird. The whole thing is so weird. Okay. So that's what we have to say about Savannah. Really no new updates other than all the updates. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of how this case has gone. And Sheriff Nanos can kiss my ass, allegedly. That's how I feel about him. Let's move on to our next story, and let's talk about this Bethany versus Nurse Jamie feud. We're going to talk all about it right after I mention to you guys about how Tonal makes working out super easy from home, because going to the gym can be discouraging, especially if you're putting in the work but barely seeing changes. But with Tonal, you can actually see your progress with every workout. Tonal is the ultimate strength training system for a reason. Tonal provides the convenience of a full gym and the guidance of a personal trainer anytime at home with one sleek system. Designed to reduce your mental load, Tonal is the ultimate strength training system, helping you focus less on workout planning and more on getting results. No more second guessing your form. Tonal gives you real-time coaching cues to dial in your form and help you lift safely and effectively. And it lets you choose from a variety of expert-led workouts, from strength to aero, HIIT to yoga and mobility. Right now, Tonal is offering our listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code Daily Dose. That's tonal.com, Tonal, and use promo code Daily Dose for $200 off your purchase. Tonal.com, promo code Daily Dose. Thank you so much to Tonal. Okay, Bethany. So just a reminder, on Friday, I played for you guys Bethany's Instagrams. She created 3 videos of her cutting her face, coming from her cutting her face, okay? And I'm not surprised by this. Bethany milks every single thing that she's ever part of, so I'm really not surprised. But in case you missed it, Bethany was using a tool by a very, very famous esthetician here in Los Angeles, dermatologist, esthetician. Her name is Nurse Jamie. Huge celebrities go there. They've gone there for years. Jeff Lewis talks about her all the time on his show. Lots of the Real Housewives go there. So many people go there. So she was using this suction. It was like a rubber ball with a glass tube. And as she was scraping it across her face to kind of like lymphatically suction in and contour, the glass at some point, we don't see where or how, cracks. And all of a sudden she's cutting her cheek open. So all of a sudden she looks and she's like, holy shit. She has 3 lines of cuts here, a couple cuts here, and she's completely bleeding. And it's very traumatizing, actually, when you're bleeding on your face. Like, that's scary, especially being cut by glass. So she was like, it doesn't hurt. I don't even know what the hell. What is this product? So since then, it's kind of become her entire personality, as you guys know. And this is how it's kind of gone down. So of course it started with these 3 here where she's cutting her face open. I showed them to you on Friday. Then she posted 4 videos of everything that she had recorded before she cut her face, which actually was really surprising to me how much content this bee has. She creates so much content. It's like, it's actually wild. She has 4 videos ready to go in the can from before she cut her face. I've never created that kind of content. Like, she's on it. Then she comes back and she says, Scarface update. And this was, I think, all yesterday. Here you go. I think actually there's music here. So
What
Wait a
Yeah, it's a like a meme. Or an audio. Okay, do you see these cuts on her face? Like, obviously they're pretty bad. It looks like a cat, right? It looks almost like a cat scratched her. And she says, on the mend using magical creams and scar gels, and I'll update you Monday. Then she did this, which was taking the tool and trying to test it alongside by basically banging this glass on the counter. And the reason why is because many people were saying to her, you are, you probably dropped it on the counter and then it broke. So she's showing you.
Broken. So it's not supposed to break. Things that go on your face are not supposed to break. Okay, something fucked up happened, and that's the way it goes. It's okay.
Okay. And remember, she's very open on her 4 million Instagram followers, plus probably 3 million TikTok followers, that it is Nurse Jamie. So this Nurse Jamie, who only has 400,000 followers, I mean, it's really a David and Goliath situation. And here is her next video.
Let's finish getting ready while we discuss my scar face. So I used a serious corrector to cover up the red gashes on my skin. They're healing nicely. Immediately, I cleaned it, sealed it up, and started all night, was up all night with the creams and ointments, and just wanted to make sure it was starting the healing process. And the scar cream will be next. Okay. So basically I was doing a Korean night mask, and then I noticed these things that I had ordered for $38, and I just was doing it with you guys. And then when I saw the bleeding, I was freaking out because I just didn't know if the red inside there was it pulling my skin. And then I realized something was seriously wrong. It's cringing. And I know you could hear it, and I'm sorry, but I was going from the small one to the big one. Only once did I do that. And I figured maybe when I put it down on the counter, is it that delicate, right? I just didn't know what happened, okay? And then later I went back and did the crash test because I was so confused. And the smaller one that I did the crash test with is actually more delicate because it's longer and thinner. So listen, things do happen in life. Accidents happen, sadly. And basically, yes, glass straws, not great. You could chip your tooth on a glass or cut yourself. The high frequency ones are glass, but they're not suctioning your skin. Okay. They're not pulling your skin with this tight force. It's very, very tight. And they even say on the back, it could cause bruising. Okay. So that's why glass should not be directly on your face and suck your skin. Okay. You've asked if this person has reached out to me, this nurse. Nurses are supposed to care for you. Not a word. I find that deplorable. I find that despicable. I mean, honestly, how could you not reach out? That's frightening. They did refund me my $38 though. I mean, we all know the cautionary tale. Be careful, be mindful. I saw an influencer using this, and I instantly bought and stuck it directly on my face. And you know what? I will be way more cautious next time. I love you guys, and I believe that the healing will be perfect. Look how well I covered it up. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.
Okay. So what I find the most interesting here is that two things. A, she really, really strongly is fighting for this idea of don't buy everything you see online, which is the strangest thing coming from Bethany, who literally makes her living from hawking products online. I understand maybe that is a little weird to suction glass, but I have done some weird stuff on my face. And actually, if you go and get a facial, they do these electrocurrency wands. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it buzzes when it touches your skin and almost gives you a little bit of a shot, or a little bit of not a electric shock, but yeah, almost a little bit of an electric zzz, zzz, zzz. My mom used to be an esthetician. She had a very popular skincare salon here in Los Angeles. So I remember this forever. And that's full glass. It's a glass wand. Now, it's not sucking your skin, but you're putting glass right on your face, you know? It's an interesting thought, right? But why didn't she realize that when she was doing it? She's like, this is amazing. And she's posting about it already before she got cut. So she was going to share that. It's like now she's like, what, how dare you put glass on your face? But then secondly, Nurse Jamie, and I don't care for either. I mean, like, I have no skin in the game. Get it? Skin. But Nurse Jamie, she goes on a scathing attack of this Nurse Jamie. I find it deplorable, awful, insane. How dare she not reach out to me? It is just so insane that she wouldn't reach out to me. So then last night, up on my Instagram, shows up Nurse Jamie, because I actually follow Nurse Jamie. I've followed her for a long time, actually, because so many people go to her, and I always find it fascinating to watch, to see content creators that talk about skin and stuff. So here is Nurse Jamie. Again, only 400,000 followers, which is measly compared to Bethany. And she has a lot of successful people that go to her all the time, okay? So this is what she posted last night.
Hi, Bethany. I saw your video saying that no one from our team has reached out. I just wanted to clarify, we have attempted to contact you on 4 different occasions. The first time I did comment on your actual post. Sorry to hear what happened. Then I DM'd you on Thursday at 8:37 p.m. on TikTok, on 11:40 on Friday. I sent you a DM on Instagram. Friday at 1:44, we issued a refund while we were looking into this, and your email is scrambled. So I reached out to some mutual contacts to try to obtain your email. Feel free to email us at info@nursejamie.com. And we just genuinely want to understand what happened and help you any way that I can.
Okay. I'm curious what your guys' take on that video was. Okay. The first thing I noticed was it's not overly apologetic. It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm devastated to hear that this horrible thing happened. It's more, wait, you're attacking me for not reaching out, but I have sent you 4 different messages now. 4. And I've gone to people that have tried to contact me, and you're not DMing me back. She DM'd her on TikTok. She DM'd her on Instagram. She commented on her Instagram, and she is connected. She doesn't have her email, so she's connected with mutual people. How else can you contact? I mean, I guess you could call Bethany's business manager or something. Okay. People, including Bethany, are not liking the response that she gave. Okay. So let me go back to Bethany and show you her take on that video that we just watched, and just in general what she's going to do. Oh, whoops, I need to share it. That would be important, don't you think?
I would like to clear something up. I will not be suing anyone in the Nurse Jamie cupping incident for a multitude of reasons. And people in the comments are quick to say I would sue them. And every business has challenges, and every entrepreneur faces challenges, and every restaurant has a hair in someone's food and a slip and fall. And I'm a human being, and I see human error. And I did see that she messaged in the comments sort of very just direct, no apology, which is because people are afraid of litigious people. So an apology admits guilt. So the messages were just very sort of straightforward. And her video was also dispassionate and did lack a bedside manner. So unfortunately, in life and in business and in society now, people can't just say sorry because they're afraid that you're going to sue them. And I, in fact, am not going to sue them. I do believe that no one should ever use that product. And that believing that that kind of product is going to give you a contour. I got a bridge to sell you. It's a temporary face tool. You're welcome.
So as you can see, she's not a fan of how the video was received, and she doesn't plan on suing. And she says, I understand that you're not saying sorry. Look, if anyone can understand any of this stuff, it's Bethany. I am sure she's been on the receiving end of a lot of complaints from customers with her skinny girl, et cetera, et cetera. But I see a little bit of both sides here, okay? I would be traumatized if I cut my face open. But Nurse Jamie reached out, like right away. She reached out the next day. I mean, she posted it late at night. She reached out the next day. She reached out again on she reached out 3 different ways. She refunded the money. I mean, what are you going to do? And I guarantee you, Nurse Jamie, like I said, I don't know if she's a nice person or not, Nurse Jamie. I don't know if she's a good, like, sweet, kind person. I've never really paid attention to any of her content. But Nurse Jamie's career and business can go up in flames over Bethenny. Bethenny is that loud. You saw what she did when she decides to go all in on Chanel, on Round Meadow Farms or whatever. Remember when she was attacking the Hampton store over about the chicken salad, the one that didn't obsess over her when she walked in? Do you guys remember Round Swamp? I'll never forget. That was at the height of when I couldn't handle Bethenny. Like, I've talked to you guys about this with Bethenny. Me and Bethenny are very hot and cold. She doesn't offend me that much, but she annoys me sometimes. And if I were Nurse Jamie, I would probably want to do anything to make it up, but she probably doesn't want to air it publicly on a video. She wants to talk to Bethenny. She wants to connect with Bethenny. And this is her only way to share with Bethenny. No, girl, I have been reaching out to you. I'm not that stupid. So that's what that video was about. It wasn't about what she feels like she wants to do to make it up for her. But I think that she should definitely reach out to her and I mean, Bethenny should respond to her. And I would be very and it's what I did also, another thing that I noticed about it is that on Nurse Jamie's video, notice like who likes it. Kyle Richards likes it. And I don't know if we're going to see that many other celebrities here on the desktop, but like she is filled with high caliber clients. And a lot of people in the comments of the video were saying, you know, my friend Bonnie, who's an agent, says, my face looks amazing. I'm thankful every day for her, for you. This one, Anna, says, I actually own that product and have very sensitive skin. I've never had a single issue with it or any of Nurse Jamie's products. I've had the face roller since the day it came out, etc. But it seems that almost weekly, Bethenny has a new outrage opinion or rant about something. At this point, it feels like it's become part of her brand. And quite frankly, it's exhausting to watch. She appears to thrive on the drama. It's become even more frequent since her daughter left for college, which is not true, which is certainly a difficult transition for any mother, etc. Drama addiction is real, and the constant need for attention, whether through outrage or controversy, can become its own currency. It's genuinely unfortunate to see a respected medical professional like Nurse Jamie with years of experience publicly criticize over what appears to be user error or simply a need to generate clicks and controversy. I will definitely cover this on my podcast, Reality Court. Oh, is this anaconcosis? It is. This week, it will not be the first time my listeners are outraged by Bethenny's behavior. But then other people are saying to Nurse Jamie, get a PR team or something. This was not the right way to handle this. I think she should have. So like, there's a lot of back and forth, right? There's a lot of people that are like, I love you and I think you're amazing. And then there's a lot of people that are angry at the way she responded. To be on Bethenny's bad side in a public manner is a business's worst nightmare, especially if it's not a large business. Like, it's one thing if you were Chanel. I mean, you remember when she had that whole Chanel debacle. You can weather the storm if you're a Chanel. You can weather the storm if you're a massive brand. You cannot weather the storm if you're a small business. She will take you down 1,000%. So it's all bad. The whole thing is bad. The fact that the glass broke on Bethenny Frankel's skin is truly a business owner's worst nightmare. Worst nightmare. Like, I would be scared if I owned a small business to send Bethany any of my products, because if she doesn't like it and talks about it, you're screwed. Like, it's over. People really, really listen to Bethany and trust every single thing that she says. So it's not easy. Okay. Emma says, "Hi, Donna. Today is a holiday in Mexico, relaxing and watching your show live. What is the holiday in Mexico today?" And hola. Anyway, let's continue. She's also going through something. Bethany's definitely going through something, because in her stories a couple days ago, she said, "I'm going through something that makes my cutting my face, the least of the issues." So, but she's still in her story. She's still going out every day. She's still eating out. She's still living her life. So I don't know. I'm always confused by Bethany. She is a lot. She is a lot. All right. So, final story. Let's just cover a couple of the Oscars big stories from Daily Mail or Page Six or all of those. I don't really care. You guys, all I know is Michael B. Jordan won for Sinners. Like, that was the big one. And then he went to In-N-Out after, and that was really cute. Everyone was really excited to see him at In-N-Out. A big drama happened with actress Tiana Taylor, also, I believe, from Sinners, right? She insists she won't tolerate disrespect as she breaks silence on getting apparently shoved at the Oscars. So yesterday she was there, and you see this video of Tiana in the corridor at the Dolby Theater, in Hollywood. There's a lot of people everywhere. And you see a video of her just yelling. I wonder if the video's right here. I want to show it to you here. You're a man. You're a man putting your hands on a female. Go backstage. Oh, she's not in Sinners. He literally shoved me. He wasn't even let her up. He was even shoving her. He just told us to stay. Shove us for what? Everybody's still happy. Everybody's happy to take time. But you didn't shove me. That's a different story. You can say no. You're a man. I mean, okay. Number one, she's not in Sinners. Everyone, calm down. Okay. She's not in Sinners. She's in One Battle After Another, which incidentally, my husband loved, but I'm in a group chat with my husband and then another couple. And the other guy loved it so much. And the girl said it was one of the worst movies she's ever seen in her entire life. So I don't understand any of these movies anymore. But apparently she was just having a night. Like, she was really out there having, jumping up and down, I guess, when someone won an award. I think when it was Michael B. Jordan, which is why I thought it was her. Yeah, I mean, look, you're in a very very crowded corridor with a ton of people, and she's convinced that she just got shoved. I don't know. I wasn't there. It just feels like a little bit kind of not the place to get really angry, considering you're amongst your peers. It's not like anyone's angry with you or trying to attack you or going after you. Like, it's just crowded. Maybe someone just kind of fell towards. I don't know. It feels a little bit of a big reaction at the Oscars. I've never seen anyone yell at anyone like that at the Oscars on the red carpet or like in the lobby area. And it's so weird because everyone around her is just trying to kind of like, okay. Now, I always love these kinds of articles, which try to give you like behind the scenes, right? It says the snubbed A-lister, drunken pics, and C-list stars who plagued the most exclusive party. All the Oscars gossip Hollywood did not want you to see. It says it was an evening filled with the usual rictus grins, whatever that means, and nonstop backslapping. But behind the scenes of the Oscars, tectonic plates appear to be shifting. Jacob Elordi lost out to Sean Penn, and afterwards, a woman, Kate Hawley, who designed costumes for Jacob Elordi's movie Frankenstein, rubbed salt into the Australian actor's wounds. She made no mention of him in a press room interview discussing her own Oscar win. Instead, she repeatedly praised the director in the 3 questions when she was asked about working on the film. An onlooker observed it was almost as if Jacob was snubbed. Very few of the cast and crew even mentioned him. The winner of the costumes didn't even mention him at all. Apparently, there was also, let me see, Jessie Buckley. Okay. There was a lot of booze at Vanity Fair's annual Oscar party, which was at LACMA. Elle Fanning was eating a burger. Don't get too excited. Many of the actresses seen on the red carpet, including Emma Stone and Demi Moore, appeared worryingly thin amid rumors that Hollywood is in thrall to weight loss drugs such as Ozempic and Mounjaro. And Vanity Fair's party was one of the most coveted nights. So many people were there. And they said that this event was going to be much smaller, more intimate. Vanity Fair let out a lot of different pictures of everyone. Let me go to their Instagram and we can kind of see the way some people looked. Now, I'm going to ask you guys while I'm doing this, what were your wins and losses of the night? Like, what did you love from the Oscars night and what did you hate from the Oscars night? I despise Javier Bardem, in case you're wondering. That's truly why I didn't watch, is because this MF that's right here. This guy. Ugh. Who is that? Oh, that's Suki Waterhouse. Here's Elle eating her burger. Is that Julia Fox? Yeah, Julia Fox is there. We've got Hailey Bieber, Jacob Elordi, and I don't know who the Cara Delevingne. I'm telling you, I'm too young. Too old. Okay, look at Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. When I tell you Kris looks younger than Kim, I am not being sarcastic. I am not being sarcastic when I tell you. Kris Jenner looks insane. Insane. There's Kylie Jenner that looks gorgeous. Here's a bunch of different pictures. Yeah, Demi Moore. She really is skeletal. But she's always been pretty skinny. Donatella. Who's that? Oh, Dua Lipa. This is a weird angle. My queen, Queen Latifah. I love Queen Latifah. Is that Brandy? Oh, SZA. You guys, who are these people? Victoria and Laura Harrier. Jeremy Pope. I like him a lot, though. I have to say, I'm very happy for him that he was able to win. Seems like a good guy. I've never heard anything bad about Michael B. Jordan in life. Have you guys heard bad things about him? Oh my gosh. Rita Ora, look at this hat. You can basically see her entire body. It's hot, but that hat is wild. It's like something Bose would wear, I feel like. Is there any fashion outfits that are just wild that we need to look at? Wow, look how gorgeous this couple is. Priyanka and Nick Jonas. Poor guy, though. Every time I see him, I think he has social anxiety. He's probably having a panic attack right now. That's what I think. Let's talk about how freaking stunning Kate Hudson is. Does anyone else agree with me that she's one of the most beautiful Hollywood actresses? Like, beyond. Oh, and then there's our Carolyn Bessette. She's not Sarah Pigeon. She's Carolyn Bessette. Right? You don't see anything except that. Wow, Paul McCartney. Not Paul McCartney. What's his name? Mick Jagger. Don't know who these people are. You guys, that's it. It's happened. Oh my God, Sarah Paulson and Holland Taylor. What a couple, huh? Let's talk about this look, the Heated Rivalry Boys. I don't know how to explain how I feel when I see this. I can't decide if I like it or I feel like I'm in a rave, like a gay club rave. I need to know you guys. What do you think? Connor really didn't have to wear the fur arm thing, right? It's a little much. I'm trying really hard to be sweet here, but it's like, It's not that hot to me. I know that you're supposed to be like, oh my God, they are so hot. I don't know if I'm into this look. I'm just being honest. I don't know if I like this look. Both of them are dressed like my grandmother or something. I don't know. I don't know. Is that bad? I'm too old, right? Yeah, they're gorgeous, but I don't love the looks. I really don't like Hudson's drapey look at all. He's dressed like a woman. They're both dressed like women. Is this just the look to dress like women? Okay, Micah's gonna wear it. I would like to see. I don't know. Is this Hudson's real life girlfriend? This is Hudson's real life girlfriend. I don't know if I could sleep with a man that was dressed in this. Interesting. But I know don't take that and say, oh my gosh, Donna is homophobic. Let's not do that. Now, Timothée Chalamet, I don't know if dating Kylie is bringing him down or what, but he has a bad reputation right now. And also he's wearing pants that don't fit him very well, but okay. Now she's gorgeous. I'm sorry. All right. Well, is there anyone else we really care to watch or look at? You know, the big story was that everyone has Ozempified. Okay, here is Kris Jenner looking 14 years old.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm incredible.
How did you get this gig? I love it.
I don't know, honestly. But you know what? You are the hardest working woman in Hollywood.
Of all time.
Of all time.
You created work. You created CEO. I don't know about that, but I'm having a good time, and I have all my kids around me, and we work together as a family, and it's life is good.
And who's your favorite kid right now?
My favorite child?
Yes.
It's different every day.
I know.
But I think it's I don't know. I can't even answer it.
You know.
You got me all flustered.
I saw you.
Did you see the glint in my eye? Yeah.
We know who it is.
So she looks psychotically good. Now, Jake Shane was the person that was interviewing. And there's an article about Jake Shane being slammed for a series of embarrassing on-air blunders during the red carpet interviews. Listen, I'm just going to be honest. And I guarantee you right now that most broadcast journalists or people, red carpet type people that do this for a living are livid that Jake Shane gets the job. If you guys don't know who Jake Shane is, he's the host of Pussy something. Is it called Pat the Pussy? Like, what is his podcast called? And he's a great personality on TikTok. Like, he's fun. He's funny. He's really kind of out there and he has fun with it. I enjoy his personality on TikTok. But now all of a sudden you're going to throw him on a red carpet and expect him to be able to nail a red carpet. That is a hard job to do. And allegedly he had a really kind of tough night because he was doing the live stream ahead of the Oscars party at Vanity Fair's party. And people felt like he didn't want to be there. He was branded unprofessional and ungracious in his approach. In one widely clip shared on social media, they were interviewing Gabrielle Union and husband Dwayne Wade. They were wrapping up the chat, and the person that he was doing it with, her name is Quen Blackwell, his co-host, told Gabrielle to have a good night. She then kissed Blackwell on the cheek and said goodbye, barely acknowledging Jake Shane, who instead gave a terse thank you. Have a good night. Thank you for talking to us. Shane then looked visibly annoyed, immediately turned away, and then leaned into Blackwell to whisper something in her ear. The coverage briefly cut away to show other red carpet arrivals before switching back to the host, with Shane looking panicked. When he realized his whisper was caught on air, he said, "Did I just whisper something while we were on live?" Meanwhile, she continued to narrate the fashion of the after party, and a lot of people were saying, safe to say, Jake Shane is not having fun. And they were saying they are not vibing together. I feel bad vibes between them. I'm getting secondhand cringe so bad. He has no clue about these movies, no ability to analyze or produce a meaningful thought. I am embarrassed on his behalf. I saw this clip. I refuse to watch another. Why are you interrupting her? This is why podcasters shouldn't host major events. And I, as a podcaster, am going to agree. People are really good at certain things and not good at everything. And you can't expect a podcaster to jump into being a red carpet host. You can't expect a red carpet host to jump into being a podcaster. There's such different skills. And I get that Vanity Fair is just trying to get the, someone that would go viral because they have a lot of followers on TikTok. But this is where careers are going to end and skills are going to end. Like this is, how they got Paige to do a red carpet a little while ago. Like it doesn't work in my opinion. Like bring us back to Juliana Rancic and Joan Rivers, revive them both. I know one is dead, but let's revive them. Okay. I adore you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And, I'll see you guys tomorrow on Daily Dose of Donna. Thank you for subscribing. Love you. Bye.